What's up, guys? A very short update on the price of Bitcoin. So things are going pretty well. We are again above 70,000 and we are testing another, second time this high, which is like $74,000. In fact, if we look closer, maybe like 4 hours time frame, then we'd see that it's already the third time the price is testing in. So the first, second, and the third time. We actually almost broke it recently, and it looks pretty well, pretty convincing that we have this established series of higher lows, and we're still testing the same area over and over again, which means that it's getting weaker and weaker, this kind of resistance of about $74,000. And this, I wouldn't say it's like a triangle, but it's like similar to that. Moreover, after the point we actually flipped this resistance around 70K becoming support, it's also quite promising. I must say though, there was a very similar situation before this case, because we also had a very significant, like very convincing chain of higher lows, but at the same time we were testing the level of $94,000 several times, and then we broke to the upside. And then what happened next? We returned back, started to testing it again. Instead of a pullback from there, there is no pullback apparently after the multiple retests. This level becomes weaker as a support, and despite of that quite of a strong rise, this breakout appears to be a false one because we broke to the downside. So I'm not saying that this thing cannot happen again. It very well could. But my argument here is that, well, the drop to 60K was more look like as as true end of the correction, as I showed, like higher volume here, right? It's one thing. Also, it's already the third, well, you may say the third drop here, right? So many liquidations, a lot of stop orders were generated and triggered, and hence the volume, right? Also, there was a significant legitimate retest of this level with a nice strong pullback from there. And yeah, I mean, that's quite a lot in terms of the absolute decline. So more than 50% drop from 126 to 60K. So it's about time, right? It's about time. And also we have this interesting inverse correlation between Bitcoin and equities this like recent half a year or something or more. So equities grow. Bitcoin was especially recently kind of not growing, but then after, I don't know, like starting from February, equities started to go down, like all those turmoil with geopolitics, etc. But Bitcoin is actually kind of flat and now it's growing. So maybe this is kind of an inverse correlation, and now we'll go up from there. Not to mention that, of course, with like a weekly time frame, we had pretty much end of the drop with touching of the bottom of oscillator in oscillators terms, like zero stochastic RSI and so low for MACD. Again, weekly time frame, it's pretty important. And monthly, this is another thing. So on a monthly time frame, the oscillators are still at a very, very low area, which normally follows after such situation normally happens. What normally happens is that the price goes up. So I'm very much looking forward to see how this drop will be compensated and the price goes back to 90K. See some kind of a correction from there, but again, I'm more or less happy with how this evolves, and I'm thinking that 26 indeed could be greener than we thought initially. So yeah, that's it from me for today. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Well, everything as you know, and yes, see you next time again next week. Goodbye.